Hello, BookTube. I wanted to make another quick reminder video here. I've made a few videos on this subject, but I wanted to do it again because it makes me smile. It makes me so happy that I want to make sure you at least know it's out there, whether it interests you or not. Recently, the Cedarburg Public Library in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, reached out to me. Jeff Messerman, my producer, reached out to me to do a daily book segment for the library. The library, he tells me, is one of the very few libraries left in the country that has its own radio station. And so for a podcast, for listening pleasure on the station, for whatnot, every day, Monday through Friday, we do a dedicated book segment. And there's also a YouTube channel, which is the thing I believe that I link in every video. The Cedarburg Public Library Radio has a YouTube channel that is mostly just the taped sessions of me and my producer talking about our book of the day. We go for 15 or 20 minutes, usually no more than that, and we cover a wide variety of stuff, new releases, classics, and also kids' books. And it's a blast. An absolute blast. I wasn't quite sure. Jeff's instincts as a radio producer are pretty darn good. They are pretty darn good. But even so, despite his assurances, I wasn't quite sure that it would work. Number one, first of all, because no matter how good the setup is, personal chemistry is not predictable. And if it's not there, it's a millstone around the neck of any project that depends on it. But Jeff and I crack each other up with bad dad jokes like we've been doing it our whole lives. So I'm not selling this very well, I know. But one of the things that struck me when we shot our show today, one of the things that struck me is something that a lot of you have brought up about Cedarburg Public Library Radio, about our Book of the Day segment. One of the things that really struck me is that I don't do this anywhere else on video. And I do it with far less frequency in written form than is possible in a single 20-minute video, and that is to talk about new releases. We get a lot of new releases on this channel. And I review quite a few of them, and I review quite a few of them for Open Letters Review. I review quite a few of them for other venues, but I don't review them all, but I read them all. And among other things, among the many other fun things of Cedarburg Public Library that we do in our bookish segment every day, one other fun thing is that it allows me to talk about some of those books in a way that I don't tend to do on this channel. I always make a mental note that I will circle back and talk about some book that we've seen in a mail haul, but that we don't revisit. But I don't often end up doing it. There are always new books. There's always new things to do. So I wanted to leave a link to the Cedarburg Public Library YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be YouTube that you use, though. You could watch it. You could listen to it on a podcast. It's podcasts everywhere. Or you could watch it, on the Cedarburg Public Library's Facebook page or whatever. Wherever you want to go, it's just the videos are just an extra thing that we do. I'd love to see it. I would love it if you enjoyed it. That would be fantastic. Also, as I pointed out in an earlier video, and those of you who work for libraries or civic institutions of any kind will be able to back me up here. Everybody has many jobs to do in such situations, and sometimes there can be an element of invidiousness, and therefore, the better that channel does, the stronger position Jeff is in to make sure that it keeps happening and that maybe we add more things to it. The better that channel does, the more he can simply he can go to his colleagues up the food chain or sideways on the food chain and say, I created this, and as you can see from these numbers, it is moderately successful. People like it. So, this is not a call to action. I don't make calls to action on this channel, but if you like what you're seeing over on that channel, feel free to subscribe to it. And maybe, let the Cedarburg Public Library Radio know that even though you live in Hilo, Hawaii, you are subscribing because you like what you see. We have a lot of fun. That's another thing that really struck me today. That strikes me every day. Today, I was mainly struck by the fact that this is a kind of book coverage that I don't do on my BookTube channel, even though I make 5 videos a day. Like I say, there's an endless amount of book stuff that we could talk about. Well, I'm talking about some of it on that channel that I don't do on this channel. But another thing that strikes me every day is just how much fun we're having doing it. Many of you have emailed me about this show, and all of you have said, whether I'm interested in the book or not, it's obvious you two are having a blast. And that is communicable. That is contagious. I like that in my day. So I thought I'd make another video just urging you to go over and give it a try. It is my baby. I wasn't sure. Jeff sort of hinted that once we get going, you mark my words, you're going to look forward to doing this every day. And I wasn't quite sure, but he was right. I do very much look forward to it every day. So I'll leave a link to that. And for this video alone today, of today's uploads, I won't leave anything else. I'll just leave the link to that channel so that you can concentrate on that instead of all my other info. I may make another booster video like this in a week or two, but I'm having such a blast, I had to talk to you about it. So I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.